Today I'm going to walk you through my MacBook Pro setup that I use for programming. If you're new here, my name is Elsa and I'm a software engineer working in big tech. And as someone who spends countless hours writing code, not just at work but also in my free time, I've learned that having the right tools can really help you get more done. This setup is what powers all of my side projects and coding experiments, and in this video I'll show you everything from my favorite development tools to the productivity apps that keep me organized. Whether you're a seasoned developer or just starting your coding journey, I think you'll find some useful gems in here. Let's start from the laptop. My personal laptop is a MacBook Pro with the Apple M3 Pro chip, 18 gigs of RAM, and 500 gigabytes of storage. And yes, as you can see, I'm using the 14-inch model. At first I was a bit hesitant of moving from a bigger screen to a smaller 14-inch screen. But to be completely honest, with this model, I'm so much more motivated to do work and bring my laptop with me everywhere I go. Just by doing small changes, like hiding the dock, you get a lot more real estate. Also, something else that I did is I went to my settings and I went from the default setting to having more space. It's probably not the best for your eyesight. I do have to say that I also have a full desk setup at home with a big monitor, and usually for my daily work, I will be using an external monitor. Now, let's go to more important stuff. For my terminal, I'm using iTerm 2. I use this framework called OMIZSH, which is super useful to customize your terminal. It shows you this nice path, basically just makes your terminal a bit prettier, which I find just a better experience for developing. And you might have noticed that if I do, for example, git clone, it will try to autocomplete the rest of the command, and I can just press write. This is done with a nice plugin. I will leave everything in the description down below so you can download it very easily. It's just another add-on that I added to my terminal setup. Now on to more important stuff. Let's take a look at my IDE of choice. It's no secret that I really love JetBrains products. The ones that I use the most are IntelliJ, PyCharm, and WebStorm, but there's so many more depending on the programming language that you use. But actually, since a few months ago, my IDE of choice for most of my coding has been Cursor. Cursor, in case you don't know what it is, an AI code editor. You can do things like, please explain this code base to me. And it would just navigate through the code base and it would start explaining a bit what it's about. You can tell it to make code changes, you can add more or less context, and it would do things like show you diagrams, show you the key components, and point you to several files that you can then navigate into. So it's just super useful and has made me way more productive as a software engineer. There's also another option called Klein, which I also recommend it. It's great. My browser of choice is Arc. This browser is just about everything I would want the browser to be. It's based on Chromium, so all the extensions that you use in Chrome, they're also going to be available in Arc. The first thing that catches everyone's attention is that there's no top navigation bar, and the tab bar is hidden on the left side. But as you can see immediately, it's a much more clean setup, and that's something that I really love about this browser. And something else that I think is a key feature of this browser is the possibility of creating spaces. So here's my personal space, but I also have my coding space and my YouTube space. So the great thing about this is that it creates a lot of separation between different spaces of your life. Now let's take a look at some of the tools that really improve my life as a developer. One of them is mobbing. Let's say I need inspiration for an app that I'm building, and here I can just browse for inspiration. Let's say apps about shopping, or for example I can go through here to the most popular, and I can just get in here and see all the screens of this app. You can basically navigate the whole customer experience. It's just an immense catalog of screenshots. It's literally endless, and it just gives me so much inspiration when I'm thinking about the user experience or UI elements that might be interesting to me. So for example, let's say I'm working on the login of my mobile application. I can just type login. It would just show me thousands of screenshots and show me how their login works. And I can basically drive inspiration from all of these, or even copy them if I want to. I can even export them to Figma so I can keep working on the design. And it's just really convenient. And I think this is a tool that can drive a lot of inspiration for software developers and UX designers out there. And then another very useful app that I want to share with you is the Color Picker app. I'm browsing through this screenshot for the login and I want to know what color this is. You can just take this color picker, hover it over here, and it will just give me the color code in different formats. And I can even save it right here for later. And as you can see, this is a very simple tool, but it's just super useful. So you might have seen me search for things with command space. This is not the usual spotlight of the laptop. It's called Alfred. And what I love about Alfred is that it lets you customize a bunch of things. So for example, for web search, you can set up a bunch of shortcuts. I wanted to do a quick search on YouTube. I can just type command space and then Y for YouTube, for searching on YouTube. And I can just search for this, and there we go. And it will search directly on the YouTube browser. I have a shortcut for Claude. You can even do math like this. Or if you wanted to, it can also search on the web. I've also heard about an alternative called Raycast. To be honest, I don't really pay for Alfred because I find that it's already enough with the free features. But perhaps if I was you, I would try Raycast first because apparently it comes with many more things out of the box. Another tool that I use on a daily basis is this tool called Rectangle. It's basically a series of shortcuts to move windows around. You can personalize the shortcuts as you want. It's completely free. So instead of just dragging and dropping windows around, which is the default way of doing this on a Mac, you can just have a series of commands to snap and resize them, center them. If you have a big screen, you can even fit 3 windows. It's just a very fast way of snapping windows around. Now, another tool that I want to recommend you is called Macy. This app is just a clipboard, and I just activated with Command-Shift-C. And as you can see here, I have a bunch of things on my clipboard. But let's say, for example, I wanted to copy a color, right? And I just copy this. If I go to my clipboard, it will show like a color here. And it even works for copying images. So for example, if I copy the screen, it will show up here. This is super useful for me because I keep copying stuff, and then by the time that I want to paste them somewhere, I just lost the copy. So having a clipboard is extremely useful to me. And now the next tool that I want to show you is called CleanShot. And it's actually the tool that I'm using right now to record this video. Is the best way that I know to record your screen or take screenshots. You can take a screenshot of anything you want. Let's say I want to take a screenshot of this part right here, and I can just decide if I want to copy it, save it, pin it, or you can also edit it right here. And you can do things like, let's say that I want to add an arrow and I want to put it here, and then I want to anonymize this dude's face. I can also do that. You can add things like, I don't know, any kind of shape. Let's say I don't want to just share the screenshot as it is, but I want to make it look nicer. I can also do that by adding the background, and it just makes screenshots look way nicer than they would by default. Now, I want to share with you a tool that I've been using since I was in college in 2018, and that tool is Notion. Notion is a tool for organizing projects, creating to-do lists, and basically everything you want. It's a productivity tool. It's very powerful, and I wouldn't have enough time on this video to talk about it. So as you can see here, there's a bunch of engineering templates that you can just copy directly to your Notion workspace. And I would really recommend you to check it out. If you're curious about how I personally use Notion to organize my coding projects, just leave me a comment down below and I'll make a video about it if enough people are interested. And that's all for my MacBook setup. If you're just getting started on learning how to code or want to become a better software engineer, you should definitely check out this video right here with my best advice on how to become a successful software engineer. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.